good evening, good morning, good afternoon, Earthlings on planet Earth, wherever you are. I am delighted to say that I am able to read an article in the Telegraph. Normally, I sort of get to hear and then I'm frozen out. But, as you can see, they're allowing this one to be public. And I only just saw this and I couldn't help but share it. Harry and Meghan's next move, rom-coms and feel-good entertainment. So, under the fair use and fair dealing, I will read out just a little bit of this. But I do have a Telegraph account. I don't know, is this the Telegraph? I think it is. I always thought it was called the Daily Telegraph. Anyway, Duke and Duchess are moving away from content about themselves and towards fun television for their next Netflix ventures. Okay. Now, I do like the Daily Telegraph because they do seem to be a well-connected newspaper. They're one of the few newspapers that when they run headlines, that stuff does turn out to be true. And there is an interesting paragraph in this article. The Netflix story was billed as their love story. Yeah, I think we all got that. Now the Duke and Duchess of Sussex plan to harness. In order to harness something, I would suggest that something must exist or be there in order to receive a harness. But anyway, harness their own experiences as star-crossed lovers to make rom-coms. Okay. Yes. It's quoted. It says, "It will be rom-coms, feel good and light-hearted programs." And then they're going to get on with a bit of philanthropic work behind the scenes. Okay, whatever. I mean, I can't imagine. Can any of you out there imagine? All I see coming to mind is the TV show made by Channel 4, I believe, called The Windsors. Look up the trailers on YouTube and you'll get a good idea. It's a caricature of the entire royal family. Well, they never depicted the late Queen. They never depicted the late Duke of Edinburgh, Prince Philip, which I think was quite wise. They stayed away from that territory, but they do Camilla, Charles, William, Kate. I think William and Kate come off the best out of it. In moving towards fictional romance. Well, from where I'm sitting, romance doesn't come much more fictional than Harry and Meghan laying it on thick with spades. But now let me find this other paragraph. It's down here. Despite all the noise surrounding the Sussexes' potential appearance at the King's coronation, the couple are not thought to have received any formal contact from either the Archbishop of Canterbury or the royal family, suggesting that the apology and potential reconciliation that the Duke has called for may not be forthcoming. Now that I can well believe. Because all I've seen is article after article after article, ever since Spare came out, saying King Charles is desperate. He's desperate. He wants Harry there. He's going to promise Harry he won't take the titles. He's going to apologise. There'll be a grovelling apology. Harry will get the best seat in the house at Westminster Abbey for the coronation. I don't believe any of those stories. But this one I can believe because it's more realistic. The coronation is about the ceremonial crowning of our monarch. It's not about, I mean, what is Harry, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th in line or something like that? I mean, have the Kardashians received an invitation? Yeah, maybe they'll come. If they get one, maybe they will come, maybe they won't. They might be busy on that day. I'm taking the piss, of course. It's, for goodness sake. It's quite an interesting article. It's available to me. here in Spain. I don't know if you guys can get hold of a copy of this article, and I shall give credit to the author if I can find it. Blah, 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 blah. Victoria Ward, Royal Editor. There you go. 3rd of February, today. Was that yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday now, because it's 20 to 2 and I can't get to sleep because I've been asleep all day. Whoopsies. So, what do you guys think? I think I know what you think already. That all the nonsense about them being invited and being begged to come, that's just nonsense. That's just puff pieces. That's like putting the idea out there in order to sort of advertise what they want. I much more believe this, that Lambeth Palace, which is where the Archbishop of Canterbury is, that's kind of his office. I don't believe that at all. I really don't. I mean, these people, the Archbishop of Canterbury is a very high office. The King of England is a very high office. Does anybody out there think they're running around and grovelling to encourage the Grand Duchess of Planet Earth, the Moon and the Stars to come to the coronation because, oh, it'll just be ruined if she doesn't come? And also, there is suggestion that they might be booed. Well, what I would hope for and prefer than them being booed is that people would just fall silent, not turn their backs or anything rude or boo. Because, I mean, I don't actually think I could physically boo unless I was at a pantomime and being encouraged to do it. I just don't think that I could do that. But I could be silent. And I think silence would be even more unnerving, don't you? If you're going to be up there in a public place and everybody just falls silent, ooh, that would be kind of awkward. So I kind of hope there won't be booing, but I wouldn't be surprised if there is. I really wouldn't be surprised if there is. I personally don't think even Meghan would go. I don't think she'd risk it. I think that the Jubilee booing, I think that shocked her. She carried it off, as always, loony, sort of ventriloquist grin, brave face, I think they call it, putting a brave face on things, swaggering down the aisle. Harry clearly was shocked, so I'm not sure they'd even risk going anywhere near it. And what do you think of this idea they're going to do rom-coms? Oh my goodness. What on earth subject matter could they come up with? Anyway, as always, I shall look forward to your comments in the comments section. And thank you very much for listening.